What is up, disc golf fans? Welcome to the 2025 Cosmic Open here at the lovely Maple Hill, sponsored by MVP Disc Sports and Cosmic Disc Golf. Thank you to all of our Patreon supporters. As always, your support means the world to us. I'm Derek Scull and Chris German here in the booth with me. Rainy day, what do you say?
I say it's going to be a tough round for the field, for us cameramen, and not for you viewers, though. Should be fun. We have an awesome card starting off with Chace, Kyle Moriarty, Simon Lizotte, and Lucas Oberholtzer Hess. Finish us out. All very highly rated players here and very familiar with the course.
Another notable figure is Wyatt Mahoney coming in at 1014 rating as well. Keep an eye out for him as we start on hole one. Iconic 853-foot, 260-meter par 4. You want to clear the water as always. New addition as of last year is the triple Mando with the pin slightly curved over to the right.
Today from East Greenwich, Rhode Island, Harry Chace.
So we are playing Maple Hill Golds. And I think the only change that we're going to see today, so we're playing the A position, so we're going to play the par 4 here and the par 4 on hole 9, and I think hole 17 we will see a new tee this tournament. But other than that, the usual Maple Hill we're all familiar with. Harry gets over the water.
From Holden, Massachusetts, Wadsworth itself, Kyle Moriarty.
So we're teeing off pretty late here, and it has been raining all day.
Even it started probably the night prior.
Yeah, and went straight through all the way with this late tee time, so it is very sloppy out there, very wet.
Kyle Moriarty up.
Shout out to Wads. His first A-tier win was actually on our coverage at the Lost Valley Open.
He's coming off of an A-tier win the last weekend as well.
See if we get another.
Massachusetts, Simon Lizotte.
So Simon is just over on the West Coast. Left his bag over there, so he will be playing with this from his basement.
Yeah, we got to take a look at kind of him learning the brand new plastic. They're not new molds, I would say, maybe one or two that he's trying out as he makes light work of this hole one. But practice round over on his channel coming soon.
Lucas Oberholtzer Hess.
Lucas is coming off a win too. Stafford Open over in Voorhees, New Jersey. Shout out Stafford, staying alive.
Yeah, and it was the first time that event was back in 3 years. Lucas is also a Team Cosmic member, representing here on the feature card.
He's also a crusher if you've never seen him. This is a blast. He has a chance for birdie down there.
So yeah, Harry just leaks a little too early to the right.
That'll be fine. That's all you got to do.
This looks like it should be in good position. Yep. Wide open for the triple Mando. And it looks like Simon is just kind of playing to the mouth of the triple Mando.
Yeah, not worth it.
No, with the OB wall right there, if you push too far straight.
Lucas, though, he is definitely close enough. He does have to worry about getting right enough. And hits the bridge, guts down. Looks like he stayed safe.
Yeah, does not quite make it through, so he'll be at the threshold of the door. Whoa.
Nice approach there from Harry. Should be looking at a par. As folks get ready for probably one of the hardest Maple Hill rounds you might ever watch in terms of scoring. I'm not going to spoil it yet. We'll talk about it, but very, very, very challenging course out here in the rain and the wind. No holes played under par. I'll just say that. from the field, obviously. Lucas gives that a good bit for birdie.
Ooh, sneaking it right in there, saving par.
So this came in middle of the pack hole. Still played 4.96, so an entire stroke over par. Only one birdie on the day. Shout out Malcolm Cooper for the only 3. Maple Hill's already challenging enough, but adding in these elements, I think you just got to play safe. As we move into hole 2, have danger all along this right side here, OB. This one, probably want to flip it up. A lot of people kind of just aim towards these trees over here, have it fade, miss a tree, might be edge of circle.
But that OB on the right can be treacherous. Good stop from Harry.
This hole is going to age nicely with the new trees planted down the left side. It's going to create more of like a tunnel shot.
And in addition to a pole there on the left side as well. Really bringing in, I don't know if it's necessarily like that treacherous, but seeing it there mentally can wreak a lot of havoc.
Kyle's going to end up down in those trees. That's pretty common. If you can get past them, you can do a long look for your 2. This one shocked me, going so wide.
Doesn't quite clear the ditch. That just didn't flatten out for Lucas.
Down there in circle 2 land.
So not only is
did that hit the rock? I think
maybe
that skipped off the rock.
It was like an inadvertent air bounce. But yeah, like I was about to say, not only is it wet, it is windy and almost sub 50 degrees.
Yeah, we didn't even mention the cold. I think that made everything even worse. It's a good bit from Harry. As we're going to see some cleanups, as this one was an easy hole, 0 birdies by the entire field. So no one saw birdie on hole 2 here today. A little low from Lucas.
That'll be his first blemish of the day.
And to be honest, I was actually surprised that no one got the birdie here. I thought someone would, or at least make a putt, or get over the ditch.
Yeah, we kind of struggled getting over that ditch.
Lucas taking that bogey, unfortunately.
All right, let's jump into another iconic hole here. Hole 3, par 3, 407 feet. Uphill, really tight gap to enter the woods with slightly sloping green here up at the top of the hill. You got 2 plays from a right-handed perspective. You got to force forehand or kind of just something right up the gut with a slight drift to the right.
Yeah, you can throw a flex shot as well. So this one's really just about not getting to the left and just getting at least halfway down the fairway here. So Kyle's going to do that and skip on up, probably maybe 40 feet or so, 45 feet. Oh.
Does it get lucky, though? Not really. Kind of jailed up there.
Yeah, that started to hook up fast. I thought that was going to turn a little.
And that's too sharp to the right.
Yeah, this is a very tough spot here for Lucas. I hate to say it, but I think this is bogey at best.
Yeah.
And even from there, even bogey's going to be a a challenge here on this third shot. Really needs to execute this one.
Maybe just outside from there. It's a little hard to tell from that angle.
That'll do.
Safe golf here from Simons, looking at 3 pars in a row. Like I was saying, man, with all these bogeys, par's good here today. Great putt there from Lucas to save his bogey.
Still early in the round, but I'm sure Lucas wants to right this ship as quickly as possible.
This was the 4th easiest hole, half a stroke over par.
Oh, man.
This is the Birdie Pro Championship. Follow the battle through the Pro Tour season. Who will be crowned in 2025? It's a test of strategy, timing, and karma. Do you have what it takes to be a Birdie Pro? Order your game today.
From tee to basket, we've got the gear to elevate your game. Whether you're chasing birdies or breaking records, we're stocked to keep you one step ahead. Where precision meets flow, get slippery.
All right, moving into hole 4, par 3, 246 feet. Another iconic hole here. This one came in as the easiest hole. All about just throwing it straight, distance control. Possibly maybe get a little lucky. Harry's going to get caught up.
You could see a couple styles of play as well. We've seen grenades over the years, forehand, backhand.
Thumbers. Jump putts. Simon's going to get caught up, so he's looking at a par at best there.
Lucas going slightly outside on the right, leaving him short but in the middle.
Yeah, right inside the circle.
Beautiful approach from Harry.
And sit down. Nice shot.
Very smart play from Simon as well.
Kyle getting all the way pin high here. This is the perfect spot to be. You can run this. Not have to worry about going long.
Grip is most certainly an issue today. I think functionally, it being so cold, it was a lot harder to move as well.
Yeah, great birdie there from Lucas to bounce back. I think the cold is what was really throwing everything off. I mean, it felt basically 40 degrees out there. It was very cold.
Something else that we didn't mention yet is that we did experience a backup starting on hole 2. So there, up to this point, there had been some standing around as well. So it's really hard to get into your groove when you're just stopping and starting so much. All right, everybody knows hole 5, par 3, 262 feet, 80 meters. We've seen some big aces on this hole before. Average play, honestly, for the righty is going to be that forehand, swing wide, left to right. But it can be very dangerous, as we see here. Lucas does manage to stay safe. This, unfortunately, does not.
Yeah, Harry going a little deep. It never got in. And this one out of the hand, he turned
almost
it right over.
Immediately. So now the other line here, Simon being at the back of the box does help, that he was able to read
Yeah, 3 of them, all unsuccessful. Simon taking the other line and putting himself right at the edge of circle. That's great to see someone use that line.
Yeah, especially with like the conditions, playing the conservative route is really going to be how you can separate yourself from the field, because quite honestly, not a lot of people play conservative when it matters most.
Yeah, and we're getting conservative Simon so far, so.
Slow and smooth, you know. So from the drop zone, that's obviously, for most people, bogey at best. You're going to see a lot of people kind of be more sharper on the angle to just ensure that they stay safe again.
Yeah, Lucas looking at a bogey as well, not finding the OB.
What a separator there.
Simon is on the board. Big stroke swing here, the rest of the card.
Ooh,
Oh,
whoa.
no. Nice putt there from Harry. Good bogey save. So this hole only saw 3 OBs? We just saw 2 of them? I don't believe that. but
That's wild.
That's what the stats say.
That is wild. Someone was out there pencil whipping, I'm sure.
Yeah, there was definitely more bogeys, I think. Or penalties.
So Kyle's first blemish resulting in a +2 so far going into the 6th.
Hole 6, par 3. This one, I think, definitely the hardest par 3 on the course. 385 feet, the raised basket that they switched at the MVP Open last year, making the hole even that more difficult. But I like the change because if you kind of bail out to the left, it makes that putt much harder.
Not to mention, if you're running it, it could bounce off the cage if you don't commit to the height.
Mm-hmm.
So it's really forcing you to commit dead center.
That was flirting with OB there for Lucas.
Oh boy, that's going straight to the out of bounds mark. Yep, no chance of coming back in.
Kyle, pretty good shot. Wow. Wow.
That's awesome.
Was that a tree kick that kind of flattened that out?
I think so.
That was great. They did open up some of the trees out here, so it's definitely easier to get through on that left to right side. You can get a flare skip or something.
I like that play too, kind of putting it into that hillside, letting it skip up. Definitely makes it a safer play.
Yeah, Lucas getting very lucky he didn't go OB, but looks like he's going to possibly give that stroke back, hitting first available.
Ooh, boy. They held on to that just a little too long.
It's a good par from Simon. Usually hole 6 is the hardest hole, but today came in as the 4th hardest hole. 1.25 over par.
Wow.
So a whole stroke and a quarter.
Maple Hill Gold has some teeth.
Yeah.
If you've never played it,
And we're so used to seeing golds from the Pro Tour, which is the best of the best always.
right, so they make it look easier.
Yeah, so seeing it with a field, I would say that's close to down to earth.
Diversified. Yeah, there's good diversity in the field here. All right, let's swing back into the action. Hole 7, par 3, 422 foot, 129 meter. Serpentine off the tee. New tee box as of last year. And the pin is pushed up and to the right. Hyzer flip with a slight drift to the right.
Oh, that's looking really good.
Yeah,
If it
pretty
doesn't
much
hit
just like that.
anything, that's past the basket.
Yep. Maybe a little bit more power would have put him closer to the circle. More centered, but at that point you'd have an uphill putt. Whereas where he's from, it's a little bit more level, pin high.
Yeah, and I remember him saying in his practice round that he did not play this hole well at MVP Open last year. So I think him just getting down there is a win.
Oh, that's definitely flippy. Gets caught up, and that, I think, saved it a little bit.
Yeah, and that's not a bad spot to be from there.
Well, open enough. Ooh, that was a close shave there on the right.
Oh, it takes a
Late
kick to the
kick.
right.
Still working his way up close.
All right, circle 2 for Harry. He's trying to right his ship. So he's got 2 in a row.
That was a good speed control forehand from Kyle. Ooh, wow.
Nice approach there from Lucas. Simon, not really any line.
Stabled up on him pretty good, too. You see how that putter flattened out so
Brand
quickly?
new pixel, baby.
That's true, yeah.
All right, we're gonna.
Oh, boy.
Oh no. That's another putting woe here for Wads. As hole 7, middle of the pack hole, only 1 birdie. Michael Panna, shout out him. Man, it's got to feel good knowing you're the only one that birdied a hole out of the field of a lot of people.
Good players, too.
Yeah. It's an unforced bogey there from Kyle. All right, hole 8, par 3. We should get some birdies on here, but possibly some bogeys as well. Good scoring separator hole. Everyone has seen this hole.
A little too stable.
Yeah, that did not flip.
Yeah, directly into the OB.
Simon looking at his first blemish for the round. Everyone else keeping it pretty smooth. Oh, no.
Shank. No chance of that coming over. Really limited chance of getting that back, as there's no diver at this event. You'll also notice it's a lot quieter, as this is a lace job. Oh, just not quite far enough.
Ooh.
Or, I'm sorry, right enough. Stop by the wall, too.
Yeah, it's very interesting to be here in the spring at like a bigger event that's like an A-tier, but it's not the MVP Open. So it's very unique.
Yeah, without the 8 holes being here, that's an experience as we take another look at this line drive
it was all
from
right.
Moriarty.
I was cheering for Kyle on this one. So at least he did have a couple fans. There was 2 people hanging out.
Threw one of my favorite discs, too. Any guesses? Leave them in the comments.
And this drop zone putt, always tough as...
I've loved this ever since it's been an addition to the hole.
Yeah, and I think Simon got a little scared on that one.
It's right on the edge.
Yeah, that moved a little more than he probably wanted to. Lucas is like, nah.
Kept it low, closer to the waist for the release.
Yeah, and I think Lucas with the forehand, just the grip issue, I think, is kind of what
For
we're
sure.
seeing. Just
Absolutely.
So tough in the rain. So that is a great birdie.
Yeah, with the wet conditions, it takes the power plays out pretty substantially.
It's a good putt there from Simon, keeping it just at a bogey. Good bounce back for Kyle here.
Yeah, relatively stress-free.
We got 16% of the field getting birdies here, so that's probably one of the more birdies we'll see.
I don't know if we're going to see that many here on hole 9 as we round out the front. 650-foot par 4, tight off the tee. You want to land at the top of that hill, so you have a clean approach here to another iconic green. You're going to hear us say that a lot here, folks, because this place is full of magic, full of wonder.
That was a good skip. Keeps it right center cut fairway, too. Nice shot there from Harry. Pulled to the right and a little flippy.
Understable hyzer flip for the backhand play as a righty. Keep it low and level. You saw the release angle of that, and look how it flips over. That'll be in well enough
shot.
Yeah, well enough position there.
Using every inch of the fairway, and then Lucas is like, I'm going to do it the other way, dude.
Pretty decent.
Just skip out a little bit.
Catches that last tree. At this point, just get to the top of the hill.
Oh, boy. Far worse could have happened on that reaction, that's for sure.
This is his third. Oh, no. Lying 4, and he's not even at the hill yet.
There's OB far right as well. Water to worry about also.
Triple bogeys are pretty common on this hole.
Yeah, I believe this is probably only the third large event that's playing this hole. So it was debuted on the MVP Open last year. I believe Masters Tour played it in an A-tier last year. And this.
Good shot there from Lucas. I didn't know if that had enough to get over. Pretty stress-free par for Simon. All being said.
This is a tough spot for wind as well because you have the bodies of water on either side of you, so it just whips through this area, or can anyway.
Yeah, it was. I mean, look at the flags.
Yeah,
look at the trees. All right, Derek. This one came in as the second hardest hole.
That is no surprise to me, my friend. And it's harder in other options as well, as they do have a par 5 option for this now too.
Yeah, in the B position, as we did not see any birdies on this hole. So another hole that went birdie free. 59% of the field taking bogey or worse.
Can we start calling holes without birdies empty nests?
I like that. Something like that.
Or like, or an empty chicken coop or something like that.
Yeah.
Which one would you prefer? I think empty nest.
I like empty nest too. Let us know what you think.
We call it the empty nest syndrome.
I feel like there needs to be, like, the holes are getting so hard nowadays. We need to have something for that. I like that. So that's going to finish us up here on this front 9 rainy Maple Hill round. Simon Lizotte, just the one bogey. Everyone else trying to keep their head above water. So we're going to take a look at the rest of the field. Jesse Longnecker just took down college national singles.
Landon Brooks. Young gun, you've seen him on our coverage before for the Glitch Worlds. He's making his way up in the ranks as well. He's out on the third to last card, so just 2 ahead of us at this point. But I want to take a quick moment to shout out every single one of our Patreon supporters. Thank you so much for all the support over the years. You make all this possible. If you want to consider supporting us and seeing your name up on the board, head on over to patreon.com/gatekeepermedia.
See you on the next one.